What is going on, guys? Sebastian Esquid here. In this video, I want to break down my journey through dropshipping, my story from how I went from having, I think, $42.74 in my bank account to generating over $800 that same day when I had like barely any money in my account, because I think this applies to a lot of people. A lot of people are in a position where they don't have a ton of money and they want to make a ton of money, but they don't have much to invest. And I see a lot of potential right now because there's, well, I'll get into it. But basically, this is back in 2017. I went to Costa Rica, and this is going to be like a little bit of a story, so bear with me here. I went to Costa Rica. I was hanging out with my family and everyone, and we got to know some of the people at the restaurant that we were eating at every few days. And I learned that they were living off of like $500 a month. Now in California, $500 a month couldn't really get you anything, like at all, like you're homeless at that point. So when I heard that, I was like, that is nuts, because I had already tried dropshipping. I did stuff with fidget spinners, but that wasn't like crazy money. It was barely profitable. And I had a store that was running that I hadn't ran ads for that was a higher end jewelry. It was like $60 to $100. I was trying to create this cool perceived brand of like high end jewelry, not high end, but higher end compared to what I was sourcing it for. So I had that store created, and I was thinking like, okay, well, this is nuts. If I sell 10 of these products, I can make this person's whole salary in a day. But then I realized maybe selling high price products is not the move. So when I got home, I was super motivated and driven because of the fact that I was like, I know I can make $500 a day if I just go hard and stick with it. I know I can make it happen. So when I got back to California, I completely remodeled the store. I made it a free plus shipping store with the anchor bracelet. I'll have a picture up right here. I'm sure you guys have seen it. This was the product that made me all the money. And basically I remodeled it. I had that product. It was a one product store with just that, and it was a ton of colors. And I was good to go. I was like, okay, I'm very confident with this store. It wasn't set up crazy good, like trust me, it was not that good. And then I thought, like, what could I do to market this product? Who's my audience? Who would buy this product? So I was thinking very deeply for probably a few days, and I came across a few pages on Instagram because I knew I had to go the influencer route because I didn't have much money to do Facebook ads. So I thought to myself, okay, there's an anchor on boats, which means I may be able to market this on a boat page. And then I also thought, I was like, okay, people on boats fish, so I'm sure if they're on a boat, they may also fish. My dog's barking, but we're just gonna keep going through this. So after maybe 1 or 2 days of going through Instagram pages, trying to find the perfect boat and fishing page to market my product, because understand I had $42. I couldn't spend a ton of money on to test a ton of pages. I basically had to make it work or I was gonna be completely broke, very, very much broke with no money. So I was doing tons of research, figuring out why an Instagram page would work, why one wouldn't. I learned so much about finding the right page, which checking engagement, checking the comments to make sure the commenters follow the page. Also the likes, I check on their recent posts, like right when they post it. I would follow the page and check and see if the likes are coming in gradually or if they're all at once, because if they're all at once, normally it's a bot that's doing fake likes, that's just giving them likes, and it's not real followers that are willing to potentially buy a product. So I learned that for probably a few days and learned how to track the pages and get a good understanding of how much I will make on them. So I started contacting pages, and basically what I did to contact them, I created a page for the website on Instagram, posted maybe I think 3 pictures. I bought followers off of eBay. I literally just bought like 10,000 followers. They were fake, and some likes as well to make the photos look decently engaged. I know it's kind of sketchy. I wouldn't do that now. I grow my pages legitimately now, but we're just giving you guys the story time. So that's what I did, and then I started contacting influencers, and I came across one page. I believe, again, it had like 170,000 followers or something like that. Contacted them. I was like, hey, how much for a feed post for 24 hours with link in bio and then my own description for the post? And he told me, I think something like $15 or $12 or something. And when I heard that, I was like, oh yes, because I can probably make a ton of money off that. In my head, I was like, I can probably make like $100 or $200 on this, so this is exciting. So I negotiated down all the way to $7 per post, and we ended up going through and doing the post. So I sent them the picture, which the picture was literally just a white background photo with the product. It was an AliExpress photo. Didn't do any cool editing. I probably could have pulled in over $1,000 if I did, but that is why I'm telling you guys this now, because like you definitely could improve on what I did. It's not, my story is not perfect, and your guys' definitely won't be either for your first successful store. So I sent them the photo and a caption. The caption was basically like, hey guys, this brand is having a huge sale. They're giving away these bracelets for free. All you have to do is pay for shipping, click the link in @blank, my name, description, and yeah, go claim your prize or go claim your free bracelet. So 24 hours went by and the post generated me $800. I think it was around there. I think it may have been a little less or a little more because I don't have the store anymore, so I'm just going off of memory, but I believe it was like $800. And I recall the first hour it was like $200 in revenue, maybe $300 actually. And I was with my mom. I was like, Mom, look at how much money I'm making right now. Like, this is unreal, because I only had $40 in my bank account. I was like, look at this, Mom. I'm making hella money right now. This is crazy. And she could barely believe it too. And I, my dad too, I was showing them both. I was like, guys, what the heck? Like, I did this post and I paid this influencer $7 and I'm making so much money. Like, can you believe this? Because this was at a time where I still didn't think I didn't believe in myself 100% that this was going to work. I was just going all in because I didn't really have much to lose. I had $40. Like, if I had that money now, I would be doing such crazy shit to make money. So that is what happened. Over the course of 24 hours, and I think it added up to like $800, which is nuts. Considering I invested $7. Now this story, you definitely can't do the same thing right now on Instagram. Instagram pages have gotten way used up, and there are still pages that work, but they're way pricier. Influencers know their worth now, and a lot of them aren't taking $7 deals because it's not really worth their time. I found a page that was owned by a little kid, like I think it was 13 or 12 at the time, so he was happy with $7 because that could buy him a freaking candy bar every day at school. But that is not as regular now. It's very hard to find those types of pages, and Instagram pages are harder to grow as a whole. There's specific strategies you have to do now that make it a little tougher. But this doesn't mean you're out of luck. So for myself, I've been doing tons of research on how to replicate this exact method, in a sense, how to do it, not with Instagram, but with TikTok. So there are TikTok pages that have grown to hundreds of thousands of followers in like a month, from 0 to 100K. I grew a page to 600 followers in maybe a day or two because I posted one stupid TikTok making an A or an F, an A plus, just on a whiteboard. It was an F, and I literally just connected a line and drew a plus. And that got me I think 800,000 views and maybe 700 followers, like that. And so there are a lot of TikTokers who have grown their pages, but who are still very, very, I'm not going to say poor, but like they don't make a ton of money off of their page yet because businesses and brands haven't learned to capitalize on the influencers themselves and their pages. But if you can find pages that are willing to work with you for a low budget, I think you can still make a substantial amount with influencers. For myself, I'm contemplating doing a challenge where I basically find a product and right in front of your guys' eyes, create the website in front of you guys, go on TikTok and try to find influencers, and then contact influencers and see what type of deals I can put together to promote a product and see exactly what amount of money I can make. There's also another strategy I may do. One of my buddies is doing it right now. I can't say what it is because it's very private, and he shared it with me. It's not like something that I can talk about, but there are a few things that you can do on TikTok to make a lot of money with dropshipping that I see so many similarities with the Instagram game that I was doing back in 2017, like using very cheap influencers. That is very relevant now on TikTok. So that is my advice for you guys. That's my overall story, like how I got started. It's now 2020, so I've been doing dropshipping for 3 years now, and it's been great. I've had stores that I've scaled to 6 figures per month, and now I'm to the point where I have a software company that is integrating with Shopify stores and will allow people to generate maybe an extra like 30 to 50 grand a month on their store. I would say 10 to 50 grand a month, depending on how hard they're willing to go. But that is cool because, seeing where I've been and seeing where I'm at right now, it's awesome to know that this is possible for everyone. I definitely don't think I'm crazy special. I've been running businesses for quite some time. I've been doing e-commerce for, I don't know, maybe since I was a sophomore in high school. So that's, 2015, I think, 2016. So I've been doing it for a while, but I didn't get into the mindset of like saving all of my money and not spending it until recently, like the past 2 years, because how I used to operate was if I made $100 a day, I could spend it. Now I'm to the point where if I make make, $5,000 in a day, I only spend 100 or something along those lines. Like I try to keep my spending low so I actually have money to show for the work I've put in, because it's not fun when you make a lot of money and then you have nothing to show for it, which I've been there. So that is my advice for you guys. I hope you did enjoy this video of my little story from going $42 all the way to over $800 in revenue. Keep in mind, when I was fulfilling these orders, I was 17, or I think 16, so I didn't have a credit card. I couldn't fulfill the orders and I had no money to fulfill them. So I did wait for the Stripe payments to hit, and it was like 2 or 3 days because it was my first store. And then I fulfilled the orders once I had the money in my account. A lot of people ask me about that, like, oh, well, what if I don't have the money, or what if it's in, being held with Shopify? That's a short-term problem. It will get solved pretty quickly once you get capital, but in that first few days, I just waited. I didn't really, I don't think it's too big of a deal, but yeah, that's basically how I went from no money to some money, and now we're here where I've done solid for the past year or two with e-commerce. So I hope you guys did enjoy this story. I know there's a lot of YouTubers who talk huge crazy numbers and make it sound to the viewer like it's impossible, but I wanted to just make this so you guys could truly understand that it definitely is possible. You have to be creative and willing to go the extra mile to make a substantial amount of money, because if you have none, you have to be creative. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did make it to the end, smash that like button, drop a comment, and click the subscribe button below. Other than that, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.